You have a bunch of vehicles on your farm that you don't really use that often and you kind of don't really need them, but you don't want to get rid of them. And maybe you just want to make a little more room in your barn. I don't know. Wouldn't it be nice to have a mod where you could just store things and not have to worry about it? Hello, everybody. Appreciate you tuning in. Well, today we're going to take a look at our vehicle shop storage mod, and this one is by FSG Modding. Something that I've been wanting to make for quite some time, and finally got the ability to do it. I guess the knowledge. I don't know. I've been kind of learning Lua for the past year or so. Started out midway through 22, and just really still kind of figuring things out. Not perfect, but learning a lot enough to be able to make this here handy little mod, right? Okay, so what is this? Well, the vehicle shop storage is a script mod, so it'll PC only, that enables us to store vehicles off the map. Why is this important? Well, there's a few reasons. In multiplayer, if you've got a ton of vehicles, so if you got 8 farms and everybody's got 100 vehicles, that server's going to lag really bad. Well, the chances of you using all 100 vehicles at any given time, it's pretty slim, right? So let's say you have a harvester that you only use like every couple of years. Well, you can throw it in storage and you don't have to worry about it, instead of selling it. Or in single player, one nice side effect. Now, this is only single player. Multiplayer, this does not work. Um, if you store your vehicle and then you go to a different save, you can pull that vehicle out of that storage because it in single player it saves the vehicle files into the same folder. Now, multiplayer, it's per farm. So if you update your save game, I want to say that if if you change maps, it'll show those vehicles per farm, and you'll want to go in and maybe remove them from your mod settings folder. But I can't remember. I don't think I did anything special there. Not yet, at least. But anyway, the whole point is just to be able to store your vehicles off the map and, save some space. So, well, how does it work? Well, we get in our vehicle and we go to any shop that we can repair our vehicles at. So in this case, I'm here at Riverbend at the main shop, and this is the main repair area. So if you needed to repair or sell your tractor, this is where you would get it done for the best value, I guess is the way to put it. Okay, so we have a couple options here. We have the store vehicle and view storage. If you do store vehicle, it'll cost you $100 to store the vehicle. So let's go ahead and store it. Okay, now we can go view storage if we want, or we can just leave if we want to do. But let's go ahead and view it. And I've got a few things in here, as you can see. Now, you can store trailers, and sometimes it will keep what's in it, and sometimes it won't. So I suggest do not store vehicles with wheat in it or any crops in it or anything like that, because there's a slight chance that it may not come back out. Let's see. I don't think I had anything in this one, but we'll take a look. No, see, that one's empty. And it looks like it's on the trigger, so we can just store it right back in the storage. Okay, and it's gone. So what this mod does is it will check for the spawn area or the repair area for the shop area. And then it'll move it out a little bit. So if you notice the trailer was out just a little bit, and it'll create a spawn area similar to how the shop does. Okay. Go ahead and view storage. I don't know which one I want. I'll go ahead and get this guy. Why not, right? See how it spawned it there. Guess it thought the trailer was still there, maybe? I don't know. It's a pretty tricky mod to put together, but anyway, it works. Now, I do suggest only bringing out one vehicle at a time, just in case if there's something going on out here. Because the way the game does this, sometimes it can not get happy if there's more than one vehicle out here. Sometimes it works just fine. We'll go ahead and spawn another vehicle, see what it does. Okay, it's been spawned. Okay, so it found room, and it put it right there. Let's try one more. We'll do this guy. Okay. It looks like we're fine. And if we do one more, do this guy. And we're good. Okay. Now, where did that vehicle spawn? Well, it spawned at the original storage because there wasn't enough room over here. Now, it's not smart enough to see this space here or to be able to calculate if there's enough space to spawn that vehicle. So it defaulted to the main shop. So something to keep in mind, if you start spawning too many vehicles and you don't know where that vehicle went, you might want to check the main shop because it's probably there. Okay? We'll go ahead and put these back in storage. Store vehicle. Store vehicle. And store vehicle. Okay. Now we've got everything in storage. Let's go ahead and hop in this one. And let me buy the farmland real quick. We'll just kind of cheat that in since we're doing a demonstration, right? So let's say I've got a farm. Oh, can't drive. Hang on. Not used to driving on keyboard. Okay, so let's say I own a farm over here. It's going to be a bumpy spot. It'll be alright. Okay, let's say I own a farm over here. I don't know how many times I'm going to say that, but anyway, we own a farm over here. And we've got our different buildings and whatnot. And then we got the... Where are you at? We've got a storage, or sorry, a workshop. Yeah, workshop. Ooh, I should have flattened that out first. Now I would suggest making sure that the area is good and level for where the vehicles might spawn. Because you don't want some weird stuff to happen. Ooh, that's getting expensive. Okay. So we've got our in-game storage building here. Now, this does work with custom workshop buildings like this, but ones that have the repair trigger inside may not work as intended, because the trigger on this one is offset in a way it actually thinks that the center of the trigger is inside the building. As a modders would understand this a little better, but the gizmo is over here, but the actual trigger is over here. So if I hit F5, see, this is the repair trigger, okay? Now, the center of the repair trigger is right here. So you would think normally that's where your gizmo would be, or the transformer, whatever you want to call it. But on this shed, that transform or gizmo is actually in here. So when I first started working on this, the vehicles were spawning inside here because it's looking for the center or the gizmo for this trigger. Okay. So unfortunately, this one we had to set it to push forward such and such. And by doing that, it does that for any workshop. So um, sometimes the workshops may have different trigger setups, and it may spawn the vehicles in different areas than you might expect. So something to keep in mind when you're using this mod. Okay. Anyway, so we've got our in-game workshop here. Go ahead and pull up here. Just pull into that trigger area. And then we open it up like we would to repair our vehicle. And we can store it in view storage. We'll go ahead and store this one. And let's pull out a different vehicle or tractor. And there it is. How cool is that? So it's out here a good ways now. I had to kind of bump it out a little more than I would have liked to, because the bigger trailers were inside the building if I had it closer to the building. So I had to bump it out a little bit. Okay. And then we can go ahead and park that one right back in here. Now, I am curious. So let's go ahead and store that vehicle. I think that's pretty well it as far as that's all that goes. But I am curious, what if I use one of these other shops? I haven't really tested it yet, so this could be interesting. I think this one has it. What happens if we use it in here? Which maybe in a future update I can have it be a little more specific to the building, maybe? I don't know. A lot of work. We can view the storage. See what happens when we bring the vehicle out. Wow. Okay. That's cool. So it does work. It just puts it over here. How big is that trigger area, I wonder? Not sure. Might be the whole building. I didn't. So, hang on. There we go. So, I wonder if the whole building is a trigger. Can I repair that one? Nope. Interesting. Okay, I'll take it. Not sure why it shows up down here, but I'll take it. So yeah, it does work on this building. Now, if you had vehicles parked over here, that may not turn out as smooth, but you know, you can put the vehicles into storage from over here if you wanted to. Now that service trailer that just came out on Mod Hub, that allows you to repair vehicles out in the fields, I think it's PC only. That does work for storing, but does not work for bringing the vehicles out of storage. So you can store, but you can't retrieve them, right? So, yeah. I don't know. What do you think? Is this something that you would use? Or is this something that you think is kind of silly? I think it's pretty useful, especially for the multiplayer servers. That way you can kind of get things off the map and out of the way if you want to. But yeah, so and again, for those that are wanting to put this on multiplayer, if you create a new save game on multiplayer, it's based on the save game. I want to say based on the save game ID, but it's definitely based on the farm ID. So only the farm owners of that farm can view their farm's stored vehicles. So if you were to start a new save with new farms, if those IDs match up, you might see vehicles from a previous save. Haven't really messed with that yet. But if that is the case, you just go into your mod settings folder, which is in the same folder that your mods folder is in, and look for the FS25 vehicle shop storage folder. And then within that folder is a bunch of folders. Just delete the 0, I think. I think that's what it is on multiplayer. I don't know why I don't remember that. There's just so much going on. But yeah. I might come up with an update for that in the future. But anyway, hey, appreciate you watching. Let us know what you think. What you would like to see added or different. And yeah, appreciate you watching and have a good day.